Hi everyone, it's me Krista. Welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. If not, welcome for the very first time to my little art corner here on YouTube. Today we are doing prompt number 12 from Inktober, which happens to be slippery. At first I thought of just drawing a pair of slippers, like ones you put on your feet, but then I remembered the saying, slippery as an eel, and I decided that drawing an eel would be a lot of fun, because I've never really done it before. Because of the length of the eel, I decided to choose a different paper this time than normal, at least size-wise. This is 5.5 by 8.5 inches. I wanted to make sure I had enough length to get some of the eel's length in there. It's just some Strathmore watercolor paper. I'm out of bristle board, and watercolor paper, as long as it's not super absorbent, is okay to use with a lot of alcohol-based markers, which is pretty much what we're doing for this one. At this point, I've already got my sketch in, and I outlined it with a pen. And I'm starting to go in with the different markers to get the colors in there. I used a yellow on the underside, and it was a little too bright, so I toned it down by mixing in some grays and a little bit of a pale purple. I also pulled in some white to lighten it up a little bit. For most of the body, I'm just using a couple of different gray markers, and I end up pulling in the two blues that I also used in the eyes. I noticed in the reference photo that I'm using that there's a tinge of blue to the color of the eel itself, and that's most likely because of the water. I go back and forth between the blues and the grays. I just want a little bit of a blue tint going on. I don't want it to be pure blue at this point anywhere but in the eyes. There's a Winsor Pigment marker that I really enjoy using with a lot of my marker drawings, and it is the Blender White. I like how it lifts up some of the colors that are already there a little bit. It lightens it, but it also helps blend them together. It's a nice addition. I decided to thicken the lines of my outline using a Faber-Castell Pitt Artist pen. This one is the brush tip. I did get a replacement from Sketchbox within 3 days of emailing them. Because I had issues with dry markers the past 2 months in a row, they sent me one of each, and they did it very quickly after the email, so that's awesome on them. It's always nice when a company makes a mistake and they fix it really quickly. I've also been pulling in white gel pen like I normally do with a lot of these kind of drawings to help highlight the little bumps on his skin and some of the other areas we've got going on. I've decided that his name is Igor the eel. I don't know why, but I like it. At this point, I'm just pulling in the white gel pen for highlights and then pulling in some of the other items like the black pen to be able to add a little bit of darkness around my bumps I've got going on. We're just basically texturing Igor out. I also pull in with the darker gray markers to help blend out certain areas, and I pull in the white Winsor Pigment marker to help blend as well. I decided that Igor needed a background, and since I pulled the blue bits into the body, I decided to do a blue background. At first I pull in the lighter blue and just try to solidly apply it everywhere. At first just doing lines in a couple different directions, and then later I start doing some circular directions for the application to help smooth it out a little bit. Friendly reminder, circular motions are always good for blending. Usually just doing it all in a straight line doesn't blend it out very well. It makes it much streakier looking. I also like doing multiple layers for my backgrounds in general when I do use alcohol-based markers, just because they can be a little translucent, and the more layers you put in, the more opaque it gets. After I apply the light blue, I do something very similar with a deeper blue. I just decided that I wanted a darker color going on, and that's what I did. And it's a similar application process. This marker is definitely juicier than the light blue I used. I do need to get some refills here pretty soon on these Copics, apparently. But I just apply it very similarly to what we just did, at first doing some lines and then doing these circular motions to help blend it out. I usually really like experimenting with mixing colors and backgrounds for ones like these, because you can make some really fun and unique colors if you play around with the different markers you have. After I get that all set up, I start doing dots with my white gel pen. I decided to do this because it mimics what I have going on his skin. I make some bigger than the others and then have a bunch of small ones going on. I just think it adds a nice little element, and it mimics what he's got going on him. To me, it almost makes him look like he's swimming through stars, and I like that effect. But with that, our pal Igor here is pretty much done, and therefore this video is pretty much done. If you liked it, please hit that like button. If you have any comments, questions, feelings, concerns, or you want to let me know how your Inktober is going, let me know all about that in that comment section down below. If you want to see more videos like this, please feel free to subscribe. I will be doing Inktober videos every day for the month of October. As always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day or night to watch this video and listen to me ramble. I greatly appreciate it. I look forward to hearing from you guys soon, and you will definitely be hearing from me soon. Bye, everybody!